Welcome to Coley Crowns. I'm Ashante.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to our Queendom. Hi.
Welcome back. This episode, we are reviewing Married at First Sight, episodes 9 and 10. So we're just going to start doing these like doubling up. Yeah. But before we start, hit that subscription button, like and share our videos. Go back and watch our reviews of the previous episodes of this season of Married at First Sight, season 13, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, go do that for us, okay? And also, we're on a campaign to make sure we get 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So help us out by hitting that subscription button, okay? Do that for us. So, Married at First Sight, I'm gonna just jump right into Jose and Rachel from this last episode, season 10. Boy, was that a 180. Like, they started this season all lovey-dovey, kissing and all of that. And I think we've discussed in our previous reviews, we had our eyebrow up like, this ain't gonna last forever, you know. And we start seeing little cracks when they start talking about finances but little cracks, right? Things that they could get over if they communicated. But boy, this past episode. So, okay, what happened? Oh, so we kind of got to go to the last episode to talk
Yeah,
about how
talk
it
about
went up,
whole
right? Okay, so in the honeymoon, they were playing this game, and Rachel revealed that she cheated on a previous ex, right? Jose has been holding that in, ready to just talk about it. He never brought it up until recently, but he been holding on to that. And one of the first things he said in that episode, the honeymoon, was once a cheater, always a cheater.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of helps lead up to where we're at now. So they had a discussion about it, what happened. Rachel explained what occurred. She was very apologetic, told her ex at the time, like right away when it happened, and they still were able to be in a relationship for like another 3 years. So they seem to have been able to get over that, right? Jose, even though he was not the person that was impacted by it, is still holding on to it. You would have thought he was the ex, right?
Yeah, but he didn't completely verbalize that to her though.
He did not.
He said he would not forgive her for sure. Like, if this happened to me, I would not forgive you. He did say that, but he didn't say that. Now I got one eye on you, like, um, you know,
Like it's gonna happen to him. Yeah.
right? Are you trustworthy? Well, I can't say that. He said, am I going to have to worry about you going to girls' nights and stuff like that? And she was just like, you're just going to have to trust me.
She did. She could have did better in what she
Well, what
said
else
there.
is she supposed to do? Like, at this point, we just met.
Man,
We're married. I can't apologize to you. I didn't do anything to you.
anything to you, right?
I've gotten over it. I was honest about it. I told you the story so you can kind of be at ease of what happened, why it happened, that I learned from that. What else can I do to you? I'm not calling you every 5 minutes if I'm out. So all you're going to have to do is just trust that I'm the person that I'm showing to you today. What else? What else can she do?
Yes, but I feel like she could also just be could have been a little bit more reassuring of, again, that was in the past. I immediately told that person, we worked it out. That was with me
Get
and
all
him.
that.
The two of us, we are on a clean slate. Yes, you're gonna have to trust me, but I'm in this marriage. I will not do that again. Like, I feel like she could have tried to be just a little bit more reassuring. It just kind of really came off. You just gonna have to trust me. Like,
What I just I don't know what else she can. I don't know. Maybe she could have done it, but she said the whole story. She said it was in the
she
past. She said
did.
that she
She
learned.
did. But they,
No, but
sometimes
see,
people just,
I'm never gonna do that to you. Is that believable? You don't know him. You might do it to him. But you know what I mean? Like there was probably circumstances on what led her to that. Maybe their relationship that she had before wasn't strong at that point. Maybe she was weak. Maybe, all these things had to happen for that to happen. So what is she gonna tell this dude that she just met 2 weeks ago?
Again, some people just really need that reassurance. Say the same thing she just said again. I won't put myself in those situations that it would happen.
He said that.
I know that's what I'm saying. She'll just have to repeat it again and maybe hope that he gets that. Some people just needs that reassuring. She said it once. Obviously, he still was kind of like, well, how do I know? Okay, I'm telling you, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I can do. Yeah, at the end, you're gonna just have to trust me. We're still at the beginning. We're still building trust. You're just gonna have to trust me. So all of that happened, and then kind of fast forward to they were out, they were doing something at their apartment complex, and she called him by another man's name.
So I'm confused about this story. You tell me if you picked up on this, because I watched the episode and I watched Unfiltered because
I didn't get to see Unfiltered. Okay.
And I really wanted to hear what he had to say. So I'm still confused on if they were upstairs by themselves or were they with another couple.
Okay. So I was just finishing up watching this episode right before we start taping. So I had this question too, because somebody mentioned it. So they were whatever they were doing. She said the wrong name, called him by the wrong name. Seems like he really just blew up, and they show footage of the two of them with the producer, trying to, navigate the situation that just occurred. And he totally just blew up, told her, get the F out, like, go, blah, 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 all of this. And how he was talking to her, she was just like, no, I'm not going to accept this. And she kind of was like, I can't be your wife if you're acting like this. And then my timeline is a little confusing here because I feel like that's what I saw. And then he locked her out, or was it
so
vice versa?
Yeah. So it looks like none of this was filmed, right? The only thing that was recorded was in that cam that like is in their apartment, right?
Right.
That's why we only saw a piece of it. It looked like they were arguing from the top, and so they were already heated, and she was already like, "Don't talk to me like that. Why are you talking to me like this? If you talk to me like this, I might as well leave." And that's when he was like, "Well, get the F out. Go pack your stuff. Get out. I don't care. Leave." And she's just like, "That's how you gonna, treat me? Like, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you." And he was like, "No." The producer was trying to intervene, like what you said, trying to calm everything down. And it looks like, so that was the end of the filmed part of it. Mm-hmm. It looks like according to her, she walks the producer out. Like she's still talking to the producer's talking to her. And he then locks the door with a deadbolt. Now she tells everybody else all her stuff is still in the apartment. So when you see, even if you're mad, if you see somebody walking out, she don't have no purse. She probably had her cell phone, but she don't have nothing else.
No bag of clothes to go back home or wherever she might be going. She
did not pack up anything. She left, but she was in the intention of coming back because she was probably still talking to the producer while he was upset. So you then going to lock the door could be an accident, right? We'll go with Jose's version that this was an accident. He secures his property. He thought she was gone. When she comes back and she's knocking on the door, she says I think she said she even called. So she must have still had her phone, but she didn't have
her phone. Mm-hmm.
I'm calling you and knocking on the door. That's no longer an accident. Now you really locked me out. So he never comes to the door, nothing. She goes around and knocks on everybody's door.
Did nobody else not open the door?
But you know what I heard? Because I'll be on these blog things. I heard that the only couples that be staying there is Gil and Merla. The other couples, they be sleeping other places. They're not there. That's what I heard.
Really?
That's what I heard. So it's
Are they
like,
sleeping together at other places or
I don't
they're in
know.
a separate?
I
Oh,
don't know. But I heard that they weren't always there. They come for filming. So except for Gil and Mirla. But if Gil is on his 24 hours, maybe Merla's
but
not. I don't know. So she went around to everybody trying to get somebody. I'm not doing all that. Okay. You lock me out. I have my phone. I'm taking an Uber to my house, my mama house, my friend's house,
she said
somebody's
she ended up
house.
calling friends or something. So I assume that's what happened. Yeah.
After I start knocking on the door, you're not gonna let me in. I'm not gonna stay out here looking crazy, and I'm not gonna go all over the place shooting at everybody's door. And they recorded you. And the fact that the camera that's pinned up to a wall heard all of this, ain't no way you sleeping through that.
It couldn't have been that big period of
Yeah.
time, right? It wasn't like it was 2 hours later or something. It had to be, like she said, she went and walked the lady down. They probably did stay and talk. Maybe it was another 15, 20 minutes. You don't got in bed and fell asleep that quick and can't hear no knocking and none of that. No, Jose definitely did that on purpose. And
And then
even
never wanted to own up to it. Didn't say that's what you did.
just
Don't
I was mad, I was upset, and yeah, I thought you left, so I locked the door, whatever. But mm-mm, mm-mm. I was just like, "Are you serious? This dude
so
really locked her
so the
out."
reason why I'm confused because Ryan is Ryan, right? The Republican. Ryan, his jokes, I don't know if he
I
was
didn't get
joking
that. Okay,
or if he
so
was serious. But on Unfiltered, I think Rachel called Jose Johnny. I thought it was a joke, but I think that's actually what she called him, right? So that's why I'm wondering, were there a couple people up there and maybe they start dispersing and then she kind of, like when you're with people, you're like, Johnny, Val, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe you just mistakenly say Johnny again, even though you're talking to Jose, right? So if that's the situation, why are you so upset? It's not like she said her ex-boyfriend's name or some other dude's name that she said she had a crush on or something. Like there was no real context of why you would be so
so
upset
upset.
for that to happen, that you would actually have a whole blow up fight with your wife, lock her out, don't open the door. And then the next day when she's talking to you, this is the part that pissed me off, was talking.
Ooh, girl.
She was like a piece of gum on the sidewalk.
I was so like, Rachel, I don't blame you, girl. You like, I gotta go because he's not even trying. He was cooking or whatever, wasn't paying her no attention at all. And she was trying to talk to him. And he was just like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. So you're leaving? Oh, okay. Go ahead then. Okay. I secure my property, so I locked the door because you left. Okay. And okay. And then he was smiling. I was just like, oh no, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Child.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
I was just like, I get you, Rachel, girl. Do what you got to do. Like she said, my mama, my dad ain't raised me to be talked to like that, and you not gonna talk to me like that. I am my own priority. I'm making you a priority, but I'm a priority too, and I'm not gonna just be here let you. And she called him out, said you're controlling. She had wrote out, and I get this that it's the relationship is still new. So I'm about two different thoughts here. So one, yes, she called you by the wrong name. Y'all known each other for how long? And you know how many times people be talking and just make a
That's what
mistake and just say a name. And then yes, if it was more than them two, it's like the group setting and you're talking and it just was a slip. It wasn't like it was you accidentally said I love you, Johnny, versus I love you, Jose.
right.
It was, if it was just she called you by the wrong name, why is that so upsetting? Like, what is there's something more there they need to dive into. So that's one. And then two, new relationship. And of course, we've seen that there were some things about him being controlling, the finances, and him kind of making, already planning things out for his wife. And I can see where she was like, okay, I'm feeling uneasy, but maybe I don't want to say too much just yet because,
Mhm.
it's new. I'm still trying to get to know you. So I guess she wrote it in her little journal. But he's like, well, why wouldn't you just tell me that? Why wouldn't you just say that and just blah, 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 blah? Because I don't know you and I'm still trying to work this out myself.
Mhm.
This,
I don't know. This whole situation was over the top for no apparent
for
reason.
no reason.
No apparent reason.
So do
And
you think she overreacted?
so my husband and I disagree on that point right there about her bringing up the letter that she wanted to say before she left, right? That when you're arguing about something and you start bringing up old stuff, it never works well for the other person because now it's like they can't receive anything, right? And you've made this into like a broader issue than just hitting something on the head. My take on it is when you dismiss me like that in an argument, I don't care. Okay. So we're having a conversation. You're taking no accountability. Like she said, you have not apologized for anything. You've not said you've done anything wrong. And I'm sitting here trying to have a conversation with you to let you know what my feelings are. And I'm getting, okay, okay, and whatever. So it looks like you're not trying to stay in the relationship. So since you're not trying to stay in the relationship, then I guess I need to remove myself because ain't nobody gonna talk to me like that. Ain't nobody gonna lock me out of a place that I live at because now my trust level is gone. So you want me to move into your house, your big house out in the middle of the country, and then one day you could get mad at me and kick
And
me.
lock me out? Mm-hmm.
No. So now my trust level is gone. Now I cannot live in the same space as you. So you don't want to have a conversation with me? Fine. That would have been the end of my conversation. I don't think I would have brought up this letter. I think the reason why she did that was she went back in the room with the producers and they were like, well, are you sure you don't want to say anything else before you leave? And she's like, yeah, in the past, I've just gone. I haven't said anything, but now that I'm married, I guess I'll put everything out on the line. I don't think that was the best place to put that because you already know he's not hearing you.
He's not being
He's
receptive.
not
Yeah.
being receptive to anything you're saying on the situation that happened last night. So you telling me you're gonna bring up stuff from 2 weeks ago and think that he's gonna have a good response? It's not. But then, when you're an emotional, you just start kind of saying whatever you need to say. So I agree that that was probably not the right space, but I don't care. His whole body language, his whole affect, his whole not accountability just rubbed me the wrong way. And I don't know if I would ever get past that. That means we can't even have a conversation about something that you did wrong. You know you was wrong and you don't want to admit that. How do you move past that?
Yeah.
And then you go around lying to everybody as if somebody's supposed to take your side. So we're going to move on to him meeting up with the guys as if the guys won't already know something is up. Okay. Because you in a group. So Rachel then told everybody or told some people and other people, they're all talking, right, about the situation. So he's just like, yeah, she called me by another man's name, whatever. So I was just like, oh, whatever. She said she was leaving, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and then, and then she left. So I was like, I got to secure my property, you know what I mean? And, I had to lock it. And they were like, with the deadbolt? Like, yeah, with deadbolt. You know what I'm saying? I got to go to bed. I got to go to work in the
I
morning.
work in the morning.
And they were like, but why would she just leave? Like, did she take her stuff? Oh, I don't know. I went to bed because she left. I thought she
I
wouldn't
didn't
come
see.
back, whatever. And they were like, but like, didn't she come back? It was knocking on the door. Oh, I was asleep by then. I don't know what's going on. I make sure I'm secure. Whatever. They were just like, sir, what? Huh?
They called him out on that, I guess. They did do that.
They were like, nah, that don't sound
It was
right.
like you leaving something out. There's something they adding up here. They're like that can't be the whole story. What you leaving out? Like, and he just I'm telling y'all everything. No.
Right. So on Unfiltered,
Oh yeah.
Zach told him, hey, you got to take some responsibility because it did not look like you accidentally locked her out. It looked like you did that on purpose. And he was just like, well, I apologize for that because I didn't mean to do it, but, it does look like that. And so Jamie was like, so are you admitting that you did it like on purpose? And he was just like, I apologize. So I was just like, what in the world?
So still not really taking
It's
accountability for
nothing.
anything.
It's nothing.
Because I'm just sitting here thinking too, like if it really was an accident, you had no idea what she was, wouldn't like a logical person, they would see him looking in the other room, checking to see, where at, open
No,
the door and look down the hall to see if maybe she's just standing outside.
no. I don't
All
see
they
him.
show is him at the door, locking it.
Yeah, I don't see him doing that. If he's mad, he's not checking for her. That's that. I don't even, like I said, if he locked up after she left, I don't even blame him for that. I blame him for pretending like he was sleeping while that girl was knocking on that door. I blame you for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at that point, even if you didn't want to let her in, you could have gone and said, like, what is it? And she could have said, I left my keys. I need my bag. That's all I need. I don't even want to talk to you. Just give me my stuff and I'll go. But the fact that you pretend and left that girl out there as if you don't know her, that to me is like, you have no care for my well-being. Where am I going to sleep? You heard me knocking on the door. So I just couldn't, I wouldn't be able to get with that at all. Ain't no way. No way.
So do you think it's over with them too?
Oh no.
I haven't seen no previews for next week, so I don't know if they showed anything. But
he sent her a text, or she said that he sent her a text like, hey, how I miss you or whatever.
Oh yeah, we even mentioned that part. If it wasn't the day before, the 2 nights before, they said I love you for the first time.
Oh yeah, sorry, we supposed to start with that.
So it went from I love you,
and she said, I'm not in love with him. I cannot love this person. That's what she said. I was like, girl, you ain't never love him. You love the idea
of being married.
Yeah, you just thought, okay, this is all good right now, but no, absolutely not. And then something else. Oh, so then he was telling her this story about this relationship he was in for 4 years. He said he was not in love with this girl. He wanted to marry her, but she had kids, so he could not see himself there. Girl, run right there.
Years.
Who stays with somebody for 4 years? You knew they had kids on day 1. Okay? And you gonna stay with that girl for 4 years and then be like, I can't marry you. I don't love you. What is this? And he tells you he loves you on week 2? Stop. Get out of here, Jose. No, no, ain't no way.
Something just ain't right. Something ain't right with Jose there. Yeah.
They should call the producers. She should have called the producer back.
Talking about that night when she got locked out?
Yeah, I'm sure somebody on the production team gotta have keys or know the building manager or something. Somebody would let me in. Pastor Cal, where you at?
Oh, I was say, I'm gonna like call 911. There's a fire at this apartment. I can't get in. I think somebody's in there.
Yeah, she could have called the police too. She lived there.
Oh, that's true.
She lived there. But yeah, I'm not gonna go around knocking on people's doors.
1 o'clock in the morning. Cause I was like, even what would Gil and Myrna do if they let her in? Just let her in and let her sleep on the couch? Like,
I mean, they got another room.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I guess that's all that could have happened, right? Until the next morning. And hopefully he opened the door even then. Like if you don't have no keys or nothing, he leave, go to work. He not if he not willing to open the door at night, is he gonna be willing to open the door the next morning?
I guess the producers probably reached out because they were all up in there.
The
Like,
next day.
yeah.
Oh, when they all met up. Yeah. I guess that was after work though, right?
No. When she was talking to him the next day, when he was making breakfast, steak for breakfast.
Oh, that was breakfast?
Or oh, okay, maybe it was after. Maybe it was after.
I don't know. I'm confused with the timeline, but okay. That's Jose and Rachel. Anything else you have?
No.
Okay. Who next then? As I open up.
I don't even care about their little barbecue that they had at his house. I don't care.
Oh, I remember that.
That's why she said that, because she's like, oh, this would be us hosting parties. It'd be so great.
Oh, yeah.
You're no.
I guess Michaela and Zach then.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Yeah, keep the little train wreck going. Michaela and Zach are still trying to get over their first fight.
No, Zach is trying to get over their first fight. Michaela done moved on.
She has, well, I'm talking as a couple, but yes, it's him. He
It's
is just
him.
keep bringing it up and up. I just don't know. And he can't articulate exactly what it is. And that horrible analogy that he had. I was so lost. I was waiting for not the punchline, but like, okay, what is that? Like my face with Michaela's face, like
what? Huh? She's like, "Where's the hive?" I was like, "Wait, what?" I don't understand.
Right? You gonna continue to sit underneath this tree and get bit? Yeah. It was. He's an interesting one. I still think he has this ideal image of marriage and he just really wanted to get married, but he not ready for marriage. He wasn't married. He wasn't ready.
I'm conflicted with these people, honestly. I feel like there's more than what we've seen that has happened. I also feel like I don't know if he's testing her or he's trying to push her off the deep end, but he's doing dumb stuff too. Like when he was explaining to his friend that he went home and they were supposed to have movie night.
Girl.
And he was like, I'm too tired to come back. And then she was calm. He's like, I was really impressed with her that she was calm.
That was a test. I didn't think about that until now you say that. That was totally a test.
N-word, what? No, I will fly off the handle because now you just playing games with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when he said that, I was like, what? Didn't y'all just have this? Didn't this whole thing kind of start on something that's similar? And you gonna go do this? You gonna got tired? No. But I had not thought of that was a test until you said that. That totally was a test. That was him trying to see if she was gonna blow up again, and then that could be his aha. See, you haven't changed. You said you just acting like you changed in all of this because I genuinely do believe that Michaela said, okay, yes, it was too much. I overreacted. I see now I want to do better. I'm trying to do better. She's apologized. I think she is really trying. And he just keep just digging and just
fair.
Yeah. And I'm like, and just waiting to make her do it again. And so again, it gives him this, see, I knew it. Yeah. But yeah, when you gonna egg me like that, then that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think he just thinks like when they met with Dr. Viviana, it became clear to me that he just feels like this is her personality. She's not going to change. She's just off the cuff. She's going to blow up. She's going to explode no matter what. She's not something she can change. So to me, when you're at that point, just call it quits. I don't want to keep hearing it over and over and over again.
I put down my notes. Zach is trying to find a way out of the marriage. He don't
Yes,
want this anymore.
yes.
That's what I wrote down. He's just trying to again poke at her to just make her blow up. So that gives him his reason. Because now you look like the bad guy when she's like all apologetic on what happened and trying to change, and you the one is just still can't get over it. But if
Yeah,
I can make her react again the same way, then I can get out of this and not look like the bad guy.
that's true because he was crying after Dr. Viviana left. He's like, I really wanted to want this. That means it's over.
Wanted, past tense.
Exactly. That's what he said. I was like, but you're still there. You're not gonna do any work. Zero. So he set up the little cooking class and they did the cooking class. And it seems like Michaela looks handcuffed. I think she's nervous
She is.
to say anything or do anything. So I'm not even seeing their vibes anymore because Zach is waiting for her to do something crazy and Michaela is trying to be like kind of be more demure. Like so she's not to me being her authentic self. So now you got two people that's just they're not even relaxed anymore in the relationship. You know what I mean? So I don't know how that's supposed to work. And when Jose was telling the guys about what happened with Rachel, and she's like, "Well, it sounds like Rachel was really calm. If it was my wife, it wouldn't have been like that." I forgot. Maybe that was on Unfiltered.
I missed it. Oh, okay.
No, it was on Unfiltered. And I was like, Zach, you still ain't over it. You on Unfiltered? You gonna say that your wife would not handle it calmly? And he's like, nah, she would have flipped. Like if I would have locked her out the door or whatever, or locked her out the house.
Her reaction with him being gone would have been to me appropriate action for what Jose did. So yes, I would have been like, I would be upset too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's a no for me.
But what you said made so much sense that she just seems handcuffed. You can tell that all that energy that she just
It's
gone. You don't see any of
when
that.
they went to the pool, it just seemed like she was kind of when they went out to dinner, same thing. When they were cooking, it's just like
And that's gonna just it's gonna be an issue. It is an issue because she can't be her authentic self. She can't do what things she want to say. She's gonna something else is gonna happen. She's gonna get mad and upset, and she's not gonna feel like she can really express herself because she knows that's what he's just waiting for.
and he's a horrible communicator. So he's like, what did he say when she was like, what does she need to do? Oh my God, he said something so like
most of what he said is just it doesn't make sense. Like when Dr. Viviana was there and he was just babbling, Dr. Viviana was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. He don't know.
He's not a great communicator.
I feel like he has 5 different relationships in this relationship. He got 5 other women that had done him wrong. And
They're
he's
all in this
put them
relationship.
all into Michaela from that one action. He was just like, this is them right here. And I didn't want this again. So I already see my future and I'm not going down this path with you. I'm just not.
And so one of the activities they had to do was blindfold each other and ask each other questions so they can kind of be like honest. And she asked, do you see a future? And he was like, not at the moment or something like that. Basically, no, I don't see a future really. And that at least he was honest there because I mean, I don't see it either.
He was back in 2 weeks ago. And she over here thinking, oh, I wish we could get back what we had. The 2 days that y'all met each other, he had COVID right afterwards. So
that's that right there. They acting like we need to get back to where we were. Like they actually had something solid from the beginning. Y'all never did.
Y'all had
an infatuation from when you got married. You thought he looked good. He thought she looked good. And that's been the highlight of this marriage. Yeah. And I'm using air quotes because technically they are, but it is not a marriage. So they trying to go back to day 0, and that's just
Not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. So you got to figure out how to move forward.
Yeah. My something else I wrote, and this comes from later on with Ryan and Brett and Dr. Viviana talking about this fantasy. Zach has this fantasy of what marriage looks like, and
All of these men,
Ryan does. I was it, but
all of
those
them.
two particular.
Johnny does
Those two just
too.
need to hook up, huh?
Johnny does too.
I know he does too, but it's something about those two for me, Zach and Ryan, that I'm like, they just need to hook up together. Maybe they can come up with this idea of marriage that they want. But Johnny definitely, can we segue? Can I use that as a segue to Johnny and Val?
Sure.
Okay. I just want to show you have no other comments with Michaela and Zach. Johnny definitely has this fantasy as well.
He
Lots,
has porno fantasies. I don't think it's a marriage fantasy.
which is so weird because he says he does nothing or likes vanilla sex. Like, what's it's a fantasy. Well, never mind. I guess that answers that. Um, but I feel like he's starting to maybe come back to reality of what a little bit. No? Oh, why you say no?
I say no because if it's not his way, it's not right. And the example I would use is they done got it on. Spoiler alert. They hooked up. Finally, they consummated the marriage, like they like to say. Okay. The next day, or maybe a couple days, they have the painting
Painting.
thing, right? And he wants this to be like this hot, steamy, porno themed painting session. And she actually wants to paint. She's having fun with the painting activity. He wants her to be on his lap, showing her how to paint nothing. Okay. She's like, she's not flirting with me. She's not doing this. She's not doing that. It's the activity. You could still get it on after this because it's so sweet or whatever. Why does it have to be during the activity? So now he's mad again, like, oh, she's too serious with this. And so on Unfiltered, he was also on Unfiltered. And Jamie was like, well, maybe you should do activities that doesn't need what do you call it, focus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like do something like more light. So it's not like, because she seems like once she's set on something, she has to do it to perfection.
Full
So
attention.
then you got to do something maybe a little bit different if you want that result. You know what I mean? But why can't you just enjoy the activity and then enjoy that later? He has this thing where it's like everything has to be a setup to sex. That's how it looks like to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if it's not happening in the way that he wants it, it looks like ain't no nookie going on. Because Val was the one that was like, so I can, every day, every other day, I'm fine with that. So if she's the one that's ready to do more, it's him that's probably, if it's not in this setting, if we're not flirting, if I don't feel it, if it's not steamy, then we ain't having none of that. So I think he's in La La Land.
But they haven't not had set or after they finally did it. I understand the situation with the painting that you're talking about, but after that, even like leading to this past episode, I mean, they didn't say anything that to me that leads me to believe that like they're not doing it anymore because of certain
Yeah.
situations. No, they are. What happened?
Well, if Bao, this is the last episode, Bao says, I would like it more. That means they're not doing it as often as Bao would like. So to me, that reads as Johnny, if it's not happening in a certain way, he's not doing it. Because then Bao's ready to go. She ready to bow, 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 bow.
Okay, I took that as just like, yeah, we're getting to know each other, we're doing it. I could do it more often, but not in the sense of he's just like, okay, I'm not doing it. It didn't occur,
But
1, 2, 3,
but I
4.
don't think he's open to it. I don't think he's saying no. He's just, it's like she would have to initiate it then.
Interesting. Okay.
That's how I read it. I could be wrong, but he just seems like from the beginning.
So he's complaining about her being kind of regimented, but
And
he's the
she,
same
of
way.
course,
Part.
even more so, just in a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like when he set up that whole dinner on the beach when they were on the honeymoon, because she started talking about something else. Oh, you killed the whole moment. I had this whole vision. I wanted us to be closer and you ruined it. Then they went back to their apartment the first time. She was giggling and excited about the apartment. You ruined it. Okay, so it's like if it does not go like Johnny thinks it's supposed to go, then we not doing none of that.
Yeah, which led to that whole breakdown about maybe I'm not ready for marriage and I thought I was all of that. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
ridiculous.
that's all.
So, and then when she did what he likes, that's when they were doing it because it was on his terms. When she set up that bar thing, got his fried chicken, they played darts.
Starts.
Then all of a sudden he was ready to bow chicka wow wow. He was ready to open up. That's him. So you got to remember he said that from the beginning. That's what he wants. He want a woman to romance him. He want to be Little Spoon.
He ended up being Little Spoon.
He said, I'm going to worm my way into his heart like a parasite. Got all up in the place.
So
I was
cute.
like, wow, what's wrong with you?
Oh my gosh, she is hilarious. I love Val. Yes.
Parasite. Okay. So that's what he wanted. He wanted.
And you saw when he was in the bed when that whole thing was happening. I guess he was acting like he was asleep, and he had that little smile cone. So she said it. Yeah, that's exactly
That
what
is
he
what
wants.
he wants. He wants somebody to smack his behind. He wants somebody to take him down. Okay, but it has to be on his terms. And she's like, sometimes I want to get taken down too. Hello. So
Yeah, it got to go both ways. Yeah.
well, only one way for him. So.
Oh gosh.
I don't know if I have anything else from them. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything. It was just kind of what that was the highlight. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go to Brett and Ryan. There wasn't a lot for them either. I'll just say, I think it came very, very much obvious. He don't like her. Why is he still in this? I at this point, I don't know if I can see him even changing. Like if there's anything Brett can do for him to like her.
What does he like other than killing animals and
And hanging them in the bedroom,
hanging them up?
making cheesecake.
Have I seen? I haven't even seen him make cheesecake.
Just in the beginning, they talked about it. Yeah.
He just seems so like, okay, yeah. What really? All right. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what she's supposed to do with that. I think she's gonna have to dress up like a cowgirl. She's gonna have to spice it up like that.
Do you think? And this was on another podcast. They were saying it's the red hair. Like that's one of the major things. Do you think it's the red hair? Like that's the
Just be the red hair. I get that from when you first meet somebody, but once you are living with them, it's been weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
You know more than their appearance, right?
You should.
So it's got to be more than just hair color.
They were like that is just what started it all, and from there it's just he's just not been able
But
to find
he
anything.
doesn't even mention the hair. He says that she's high strung and he's not. And so he says he even mellows out even more because she's so high strung. And I'm like, why? So you even drier than you normally are?
And it's like, what else is she high? Maybe there's more that we haven't seen, right? But the two instances that we've seen that she's high strung, she has travel anxiety. So many people have that. Okay, but y'all not traveling, now you're home. So what still got her high strung? And then like the dogs. like for me, I thought too, like, okay, I think that's a little too much that with the dogs, but okay, if that's
That's
it,
one
those are
time.
yeah, those are over with. So
And
what is
she's
it?
past both of them. It's not like, imagine if it was like Mirla, who's just like, absolutely not. I'm not even trying it. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever she don't like, usually she don't keep pushing. She's pushed herself a little bit further just to make it work. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Mhm.
So I think you're right that he just doesn't like her. I can't imagine that you would not like somebody just because of their hair color, but okay. I just don't know if they have stuff in common. I don't know what they talk about. That's probably the bigger issue. What are y'all talking about? I don't see them giggling. I don't
They
see them.
make it sound like they talk and they have.
Yeah, but okay, so did Haley and Jake. But they didn't have no connection. They were just talking about crap.
Yeah,
I don't see them. There's nothing that they have in common, it doesn't look like.
different political um viewpoints, different, I say culturally, the whole cowboy thing versus
Hunting.
her not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have not heard them really even the travel. She's not much of a traveler, but he is. So yeah, I don't know what is like a baseline of okay, here's what we can agree on that we alike and we can have together, share together. I don't
Have
think
they
I've
even gone anywhere? Have they done anything? Like we've seen Gil and Mirla go to dinner. We've seen Jose and Rachel do the plant shopping or the goat yoga. We've seen Johnny and Bao. Have they gone anywhere? They haven't gone anywhere either. But they had their own little internal party, like what they did for each other. I don't know, other than them
I
playing that what's that game called? Jenga game. I haven't seen them actually doing anything.
oh Jinga, yeah. Oh, that was the one. I think they said they both were competitive. That's
That
like
was
they
so
didn't have.
awkward. That whole thing was just like, what in
Oh
the
yeah, because
here?
every time she had to say something she liked about him or something, but it
She
wasn't
should
like
have
vice
made
versa.
that like, yeah, exactly. She should have said, okay, what do you like about me? We have to say what we like about each other. It was just like, he was just like, oh, thanks. All right. Oh, yeah, that's me. All right. Oh, you noticed. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
It's a horrible game.
it really was. It really was. And so Dr. Viviana did meet with them, and I mean, like I was saying with Zach, he has this fantasy. And so what he said is he's waiting for these butterflies, that feeling. And they're like, that's what it looks like on TV. Oh, what was his example about, like coming home and throwing her on the wall and kissing and all of that? Not to be honest, like that's TV, that's fantasy. That might happen on birthdays, special occasions. That's not every day. Is that what you're really looking for? Because you're gonna end up single by yourself.
No, I feel like he's had this before. Just based on what his sister said about how he's fallen in
Oh,
love
so fast.
really quickly, I feel like he has felt this many times before and he doesn't know why he doesn't feel this now. I get the whole wanting to have some kind of feeling for your spouse. You got to have something. You can't tell me that that's all fantasy. According to dang it, what is his name? Brett. Brett has feelings for Ryan. She has some of that, maybe not butterflies, but she has something where she's just like really attracted to him. He's not feeling it.
Not feeling nothing. Yeah.
So I don't think that's, I think he's being honest, like I'm trying to get there, but I don't. So I would rather you tell me you don't. No matter if it's a fantasy or not in his head, because he has been in relationships before that he thought were good, even though they didn't work out. But he knows what feeling he's trying to get to, and he's not getting there. So if I'm Brett, go ahead and leave me, because ain't nobody got time for this.
Yeah,
And
because
it's
I don't want you in this just because you married now and you feel like
yeah,
you have to stay married or whatever. If there's no
he's
feelings,
not,
there's nothing,
yeah, he's
no
not dating her.
connection, no chemistry between us. I
No,
mean, and I mean, he looks like there is absolutely nothing. Like she could be a corpse, and it's just like he would look like just how he looks. Like it's just nothing. Like I don't think I even see him smile when
he
like
smiles,
her
but it's so
name.
weird.
But you
It's
know, like you said, I guess you need that feeling. You said the person name, you know, some people they would just smile because they hear that person's name that they
yeah.
like. Them bags underneath his eyes, that's he just looks like he just looks
Trying
dead
to
as
find
fuck.
called him a wet blanket. I was like, oh my god, when I see it. You
But
cannot be comfortable with a wet blanket. Ugh. Just he just be there.
he's just there.
I don't know what she's attracted to. He's just like, what's wrong with you? He's probably looking at her like, girl, what you feel something here? Okay.
I'm like, what does she feel? I think a lot of what she feel is not being in a relationship or being in something for so long and
Mm,
just jumping into marriage and that this is the first person I want this to work. And there
yeah,
must be something there, but I think she's making things, maybe there's one thing she like and she's making that the only thing. And that I like him, but you
yeah.
just like this one thing. It's not necessarily you like him.
And
Um,
I felt bad for her when she was explaining how her past relationships have kind of come to this as well, where everybody that she's been in a relationship said they like her, but it's still like you're not the one.
mm-hmm.
So I can see that being heart broke breaking. Yeah.
Heartbreaking. Mm-hmm.
For her that she's in something and she totally probably invests herself in the other person and they're like just mediocre with her.
And then
So
especially on top of that, it's in a marriage. Like,
yeah,
okay,
that's
if
what
you
I
were
mean.
just, yeah, it was just somebody you're in a relationship with. And it's like, okay, but now you don't took this giant leap to get married to somebody you don't know, you know. So you really are out there just hoping this person reciprocates the feelings that you
Or at least tries. I don't know if he's
at
really
least
trying.
tries.
I
He
think
made
he's
it
there. It's not like he's pushing her away, but I don't know if he's
there.
really, I don't know. I don't know if
He
he's
said so after that he left, I think, for a couple of days, and he said, you know what, I'm going to really give this a try. I'm going to really come in and try to do this. So we'll see, but he definitely wasn't in the beginning. He just was like, I'm here so I don't get fined. That's exactly what it came out. I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's it. He's just there.
I wish I had the little bing. So true. That's what he looked like. Look like he's held hostage too. Hmm.
Clink clink. Um, any final thoughts on those two?
They're not gonna make
um, yeah, I think that's a if they well, as we've said before, some people decide to stay together on decision day. Why torture yourself? You know you ain't gonna last. At this point, how it's going, no. He better say no. She better say no, but for sure him on decision day. If I,
he'll be honest. I think he'll be honest. If
yeah,
he's not feeling it, I think he would just be like, nah, I'm good.
I think so too.
I
I
think she would push and say, let's keep going.
continue to try. Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna be like, girl, let me take these blueberries and go.
So I got those for
Killing
you.
these blueberries. Nah, he had a whole bowl like a cereal.
He like them.
It's a
She
good
already
answer.
know what he likes. See, yeah. Okay, Merla and Gil. I'm gonna let you start. What's your first thoughts?
He got a kiss! Yay!
Finally.
2 kisses.
Oh, shucks now.
Yeah, he told her again straight up, I'm not gonna be married to you. if I don't get no kiss. He's like, well, you'll get one eventually. I'm not going to be married to you at decision day
If
if
I
I don't get a kiss. She's like, well, you shouldn't say that. That's how I feel. Not going to happen. So you shouldn't say that you're going to divorce your wife. Divorce check until I get a kiss.
I
So,
he needed to say that. He needed to say that because
Lord.
she would drag it on as long as she possibly could. It could be their 1 year anniversary and she still would not kiss him. I'm exaggerating, but
Yeah.
it just that's what it seemed like. So he had to let her know point blank, period.
And then she had the nerve to be like, I forgot. I think it was Dr. Vivian. I was like, why are you holding out? You know, do you feel like kissing and sex is the same thing? And she's like, it is the same thing. Girl, no, it's not. Because on the day that you kiss him, then you should hunch him too. If it's the same thing. Stop it. And she was like, oh, well, I don't just go around kissing random strangers on the mouth. And he's like,
He
well, I'm
said,
not a
I'm not
stranger.
random.
Hey, you
I'm
know who
your
I am. We
husband.
live together. We sleep in the same bed together. So if you can sleep, are you sleeping with strangers? Are you moving in with them?
I
Come on.
get that. So many people come on this show and kind of have say the same thing. And it's like,
Yes.
not
There's
realize what you were signing up for. Like they were a stranger before you married them. Now you're
right.
married. Yeah, it's not a
Right.
stranger no more.
I don't know. So yeah, she finally gave up this sad kiss that he got after he had to call her out, because that's one thing. He's patient, but he's also verbal. He's
That's
not
true.
passive. Like, I'm not gonna bring this up. No, he's gonna keep bringing it up. But he's still happy. We can still laugh and play, whatever. But for real though,
I'm just letting you know. Yeah.
I'm just letting you know. So I don't know. She kills me. I don't remember what episode it was in where he was trying to give her a foot rub and she was on her phone like, why
Oh,
are you so weird? Why are you trying to
the
give me a foot
episode
rub?
9. Mm-hmm.
My feet don't hurt. I would
Girl,
get to
take the foot rub. Shoot. He's
he's
trying to be, you're
trying.
right. He's trying to do what he can to initiate some kind of intimacy with you to try to help
Or
you
show
maybe.
you, yeah, or show you where his head is at, where his heart is at. That's how
Yes.
else are you going to see it? You know what I mean? So he's, talking to you, that's one level of intimacy. Doing stuff with you, that's another level. Doing stuff for you where he gets no gratification, like rubbing your nasty, stanky feet on TV, is showing you where his head is at. Take it and shit out.
Uh,
Yes.
thank you. You know, that's all you had to say. She don't, oh, it was a 5. It wasn't all that. He doing
Yeah.
so much more than you willing to do and are doing. So be quiet, take the foot rub, and say
Yeah.
thank you, sweetie.
That's it.
I am starting to like them more as a couple, like in watching them get to know each other, even though they're taking their time at her pace.
Mhm.
But I just feel like it seems to be helping with building what something more solid with between the two of them. Um, the one thing I can say, she has been consistent and true to herself from the beginning,
Mhm.
with what she said about not kissing until she was ready, and then two, with her lifestyle, right? I think we talked about this one of the last episodes, where she's like, I'm not changing. I'm like, I like what I like. I'm gonna continue to buy what I want to buy. And that has been her. So one thing he is getting from her, what I'm trying to say is that I think she's being authentic, her authentic self. So he knows what he's getting. Like he's seeing it. It's not like there's somebody else that's trying to put on this front. This is
Yeah.
who he's going to get. So now he knows for sure, like, okay, this is her on day 1. This has been her on day 25. This will probably be her on day 256 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I like that she is doing that and that he can see what he has.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say you're going to come on something like this. You're going to get married and you're not going to change anything about you. I just don't know how that's supposed to work. That was one of the things I guess they discussed when they went out to that restaurant, because she wanted to go drink a Chanel No. 6 drink, and she was just like, "Yeah, I want to go out to brunch with my husband and go out twice a month, right? Every weekend to brunch, and then twice a month to like a fancy dinner." And he was just like, "That's too much. I like to cook my own food, but I also feel like, are you doing this like because you want to spend time with me, or do you just want a brunch husband? Like, do you just need a place filler so you can go out with somebody, have a ring on, and say, okay, I'm out to brunch with my husband?" And she was just like, "I want to go to brunch with my husband." And he was just like, "Did you even think that I would like this?" And she was like, "I just thought it was a pretty drink, and I wanted to come to the restaurant, and I want to do stuff like this with my husband." He was just like, not feeling it. But I feel like he doesn't feel it because he's not getting it anywhere else. So if he's not getting any feelings to see my wife likes me, not a husband, likes me, Gil, then why should I sacrifice myself and do stuff that I don't want to do for you? You know what I mean? So he was just putting out there that he would do it, but he needs something else, to go along with that. So I was with him on that. I know people were blowing up the internet saying, "How you gonna say that's too much when you're dating somebody?" And I was like, that's going out 6 times a month. I don't think that that's a lot. But then I started thinking about Mirla and what that 6 time a month actually would cost.
What that budget would be. Yeah.
Because it didn't look like they went out to
No, it was a fancy restaurant. Yeah.
Applebee's, where you spending maybe $30-$40. You're probably spending a good $80 to $100 per outing.
With drinks and all that. Yeah, no. It's gonna be well over $100 per outing.
So times 6, that's a lot of money for, he's saying he doesn't, have a lot, and he spends $150 on groceries for the month. I don't know how, but
Well, I think to being firefighter when he's at the
oh yeah, he probably
firehouse, they cooking and eating whatever. So I could see why his budget would have been that cheap when it was just him. But compromise, right? That's the
well,
lot of
I
what
think he's willing to do it.
I
It's
was just
just,
about to say. They both have to,
yeah, she
um, to an extent, right? I mean, I think with the whole part about her lifestyle and her shopping and stuff, there's gonna be a little give and take there. Like if they are able to afford it, combined income or whatever, she was obviously able to do it single. So I would think they should be able to do it with a combined income. But yeah, maybe you don't do it as often. Or maybe for him, I know he's not big into that kind of stuff, but I mean, he did have on some Gucci shoes on one of the unfiltered. So he liked those things. So maybe she started shopping for him. That
You was
would be,
probably the one that bought it for him.
that's what I said too. So maybe that becomes his little, okay, it's not just her. She's buying it for her. She's buying it for me too. And
Right.
that kind of would help alleviate some of that tension within the two of them. And then, yeah, like you said, I'm feeling more desired as Gil. Oh, but I am your husband. And yeah, if my wife wants to go and to brunch, I'll be more willing to go to brunch because I know something she likes to do. I want to do it for her. She don't like my foot rubs. Okay, she like brunch. I'll take her to brunch instead.
Right.
They just need to figure that part out and what works for them.
Somebody online called them the power couple. I was like, power of what?
I would not use that, but
I guess they might be the only couple this season, but I wouldn't call them a power couple.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we might be halfway through the season now at 10.
Well, usually half point is when they do the 1 month, maybe. No, well, I don't know. Maybe no.
I mean, of the situation, yes, but of episodes that they air, I think they normally would air like 20 or 21.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I'm thinking, yeah, they might be Bao and Johnny were my original. Oh yes, I think they're gonna make it. Merlin and Gil has moved up into that spot for me. Not
Oh, really?
not necessarily. Oh, I think they're gonna make it, but I think they have a better chance now than
Okay.
what I thought before. Um, yeah. Anything else on those two? You any comments you have?
Nope.
You got a kiss. I think that for me, that's the highlight between those two because that's what we've been
Yep.
waiting to hear. Okay. Well, that was this week's recap of episodes 9 and 10 of Married at First Sight. Again, we think we'll probably be doing this like 2 episodes um per recap. So let us know what you thought about these last 2 weeks of episodes. Have your thoughts changed about any of the couples? Who do you think are going to make it? Who you think not going to make it? Talk to us in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. Before we leave, do be sure to hit the subscription button, like and share our videos. And of course, we want to remind all of our viewers to do what, Lori?
Protect your throne.
Bye. See you next week.